find yourself. You haven't found yourself yet.
Avec le muffler Ryan Bruckner, je m'appelle le Mike Tobacco Grand Ryan. Et c'est mon intro. Bienvenue à Squared Cinema Circle. Ce soir, film numéro 30 de 5140, Vengeance, Kickboxer. Maintenant une vendetta de Batista. I was always more of a blood sport kind of guy. How's
That
it going,
probably
Ryan?
wasn't actually French. That was probably just gibberish.
No.
Well, can you... I don't think
Parce
anybody...
que je suis la lance du drapeau des États-Unis, oui. Je suis parce que dans la bibliothèque et le baseball est sur la table, you know.
So you said something about the library, baseball, and the store, Sur La Table?
My three favorite things.
Well, can you read that in English so everyone knows what you were saying?
With
Or are
the
you
muffler
able to
Ryan Bruckner, I'm
translate
Mike,
it?
Big Tobacco Ryan, and this is my intro. Welcome to Squared Circle Cinema. This week, film number 30 of 5,140, Kickboxer Vengeance, starring Dave Bautista and a couple other MMA schmucks whose name I can't really remember. George St. Patterson, I believe.
They're both Canadian, Pat Patterson and George St. Pierre.
How's it going, Ryan?
Shall we address the elephant in the room?
Yes, we shall. You've switched to Lysol? You kidding me, man?
Well, what
How dare you?
do you even know what I used before I got this bottle of
Yeah,
Lysol?
Mr. Fucking Clean, out of my suggestion. And we had a wonderful moment together where you're like, oh, this really gets everything out. Thank you so much for this advice.
You just made that up.
Congratulations!
Oh, no, I'm not talking about that.
Oh, what?
I'm talking about your hijacking of our Twitter account, buddy.
Oh,
You're
okay.
using the Squared Circle Cinema Twitter account for your own nefarious baseball purposes, and I will not have it.
Okay, fine. Fair. Look, I understand you're upset. Look, that was not nefarious at all. All right? If I'm going to be tweeting, it's going to be about my two favorite things, right? Three favorite things. Angels baseball, professional wrestling, and you. All right? Okay, how about let me tell you something, fucker. All right? It's hard to be tweeting. Shit. I'm really bad at it, too. But why don't I give you the password and the goddamn user ID? You
should.
fucking tweet.
I'll tweet the shit out
You
of that.
do it then. At least I came up with a Twitter handle. At least I'm trying here. You know how difficult it was to come up with an ad, man? I was like, no, Ryan's not going to like it. And then I thought SCC_podcast. Okay, at least it's some branding there. It says what we are. Yeah, I want Squared Circle Cinema, but it was already taken, all right? Or it's too many characters. I can't
Saying,
remember.
You have your own personal...
I'm sorry,
You have your
okay?
own personal Twitter account that you could tweet your lame baseball shit.
Okay.
Oh, we'll get him again next year, boys. Oh, that made me want to puke when I read that.
Yeah, I did that intentionally to make you upset.
Ugh,
I'm
I
sorry.
hate when
All right, I'll
people
delete the
refer
tweet.
to it like you're on the team.
Oh, shut
You
up.
think you're one
That's
of them?
because you're jealous.
I'm not jealous.
You're envious. No, I don't think I'm one of them.
Then why
And
do
I
you
didn't
say
we?
We.
I didn't
We'll
say
get
we.
We'll
I
get
said
him
you'll
again.
get him
You
next
said-
time,
you
boys.
Said we'll.
I was like,
get 'em.
hey, boys. Boys. You guys did great.
They're not your boys. Most of those guys don't even speak English.
These are the sad. This is a sad diatribe.
You should
of
have
a
said
pathetic
amigos.
man who doesn't like sports, and I cannot believe he can procreate.
I
Speaking of procreating,
I like football. I like MMA.
Yeah. Hey, Rams are looking good. What do you mean? They lost to the Cowboys.
I didn't watch that
No,
game
they
today.
didn't, you
I was
idiot.
focused on the Bills game and the Raiders game today. I didn't watch the Rams because I don't care about the Rams and I hate the Cowboys.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I had a child.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, man.
It's been crazy.
So you've been home.
of weeks.
I visited you last Thursday at the beautiful San Antonio Regional Hospital in Upland, California.
Yeah. We came home on the next day, on Friday.
Were you okay? I have questions, I guess. I had the good fortune of seeing that handsome baby before having the pleasure of meeting him on Instagram. So I'm like, okay, cool. We got ourselves looks like 10 fingers, 10 toes. Pretty good facial structure right there. Kid's gorgeous, right? But is there a thought where you're just like, oh man, I hope everything goes all right? Like, what is the biggest fear? I know. What I'm asking is, what fears, if you don't mind my asking, came to your mind
I mean,
first?
as far as
was it as extreme as like, what if he's missing an arm?
As far as like Down syndrome and that type of stuff, they test for that.
You already know that,
So
right?
we already know that.
Yes.
And he's fine. I guess
We don't have to get too in depth.
You know, anything could. I mean, he could. Any complication can happen. You just hope for the best. Well, I guess what I was really
The only complication that happened was finding the correct exit off the 10 freeway in Upland, California.
Oh yeah, what exit did you take? You're supposed to get off on Euclid.
College.
College.
Yeah. Euclid?
Campus. There's no college exit on the 10.
It was off of No. Well, wherever. All right. Forget this. Okay. Hey, Cassie. How you doing? What were you up to today? It involves a pump.
Pumping them teats.
All right. You can cut that out. I'm sorry. We'll cut it out, Cassie. I'm sorry.
I'm not cutting anything out. I guess, it was the first few days home was difficult.
So
I don't
that's
get
what
much
I was.
sleep at all. It's like very overwhelming. At points, like I thought of you, and then I'm like, this motherfucker. He's probably like out having dinner or something, or he's probably sleeping.
Let me see if I can tell you.
He's probably jerking off.
Jeez.
And here I am,
Wow.
awake,
Already you're having
soothing
these
a
thoughts.
crying baby.
Jeez.
No, I feel fine now. I feel
Okay.
rested now.
So was that just?
But it was the first
Was that
couple
immediate?
days. There was like a delirium that set in.
So what was that? Fear at all?
No,
or
it was
resentment?
sleep deprivation.
You know where he is. All right. So like what on?
Like I would sleep like 2 hours and then I'd wake up and then I'd sleep 2 hours.
You know what I
and
was
I'd
doing? I
wake
was
up.
at work, man. Probably working 9-hour shifts.
Gotta-
While you're watching your Prices Right with your feet up,
Dude, I have
putting
not
on your
watched the,
sympathy weight.
I have
with
not-
your month-long paternity leave.
I have not watched The Price is Right at all.
Hmm.
Actually,
Well, God damn it! Congratulations, man. And
Oh.
tell you what, my week wasn't all that great. Okay, so there's nothing to be envious about. But
well, you at least got sleep. I'm sure.
yeah, so is this like every half hour in the middle of the night? Owen cries? Is this
Like he sleeps for like 2 hours and he wakes up. But actually, Cassie handles most of that.
Yeah.
I try to wake up when I can to help. But I'm more, hold down the fort. I cook, I clean.
Yeah. Take
I
care
go
of the dog.
shopping. I take care of the dog.
He keeps a stick of salami in his pants.
It's actually salmon jerky.
Salmon. That's even. Oh, salmon jerky. That's not so bad, I guess.
Yeah.
In his pants every time Dusty barks.
He likes to jump up when you're holding him, and I'm trying to get him to stop.
And why would you treat him? If he
You
does
treat
that?
him to not do it. So when he's not doing it, that's when you treat him. I don't treat him when he does it. I make him stop. I make him submit. I make him lay down if he does it. And then when he's in that calm, submissive state, then I treat.
Then you insert yourself into him.
Yeah, that's what a treat is.
Wow. So,
But man, Owen, he's very strong so
Okay.
far. You got to see this kid. He's lifting his head. He's
But
moving
you're-
it around. His grip is ridiculous.
Yeah.
By the time he's 2, I'm going to have him doing pull-ups off my arm. Going to teach him jiu-jitsu at the age of 3.
how about Muay Thai?
He's going to be kicking your ass by the time he's 7.
How does that work? He's just naturally going to, you put him on a bar, which is your outstretched arm,
my
and that
arm.
becomes a pull-up chin-up
Yeah,
bar,
and
and he's just
I'm gonna be
naturally
like,
going to
"Pull
like,
yourself
wait a
up."
minute, what am I feeling here? I feel the need to lift my baby body
Well, he'll be 2.
in a curl fashion.
I could tell him what to do at
2
that
years,
point.
okay.
Yeah.
And then he switches for pull-ups.
yeah,
chin-ups?
Yeah, he'll do different grips.
All right, what age does he do the one-arm push-up?
I bet he could probably do it easier when he's younger. I feel like doing a one-arm push-up is harder the older you get, because it's a more weight you have to push up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure I could get him to do one when he's like 3.
So what's he doing? Training for individual sports here? Are we going to have the next Ken Griffey Jr. on our hands? Is he going to play baseball?
No, I don't. I mean, if he really...
He's not going to be led in that. He would have to
if he
seek out
really,
baseball.
really wants to,
Right.
fine.
But you're not
But
going
I'm
to
not
like...
going to encourage that.
Right. So, okay, obviously, individual sports athlete.
This kid's going to be on the wrestling team. He's going to do jiu-jitsu. He's going to be a lethal weapon. A lethal weapon.
Okay.
He'll have cauliflower ears by the time he's 10.
From you.
Yeah.
Cassie.
Eventually, I want him to kick my ass.
Cool. Well, so you've been preparing meals?
Yeah.
Like
I've been meal
breakfast,
prepping.
lunch, and dinner?
Today, the in-laws came over. I made a lovely breakfast spread
nice.
for everybody. I made hash browns, made bacon. I even sprinkled brown sugar on the bacon. Made it special. I made eggs, English muffins, mimosas.
Mimosas?
Yeah.
Wow.
I am Mr. Mom, man.
Jesus.
I washed the curtains.
So this was
yesterday.
today.
I washed. Did you hear me? I washed the curtains.
In what room?
In all of them.
Wait, what? What do you do?
I put them in the washing machine.
Oh, did you put them in the dryer?
And I dried them.
I noticed they looked a little smaller than last time I was here. You shrunk the living shit out of those, dude. You air dry them, you goof.
You don't air dry curtains.
Sure you do. Or you just hang them back up. It'll dry on its own.
It'd smell like mildew. They're fine.
Okay, so now I've noticed right now, sorry to keep peeking behind the curtain here, but you're here in front of me, all right? This isn't a Skype episode. Your wife's in the kitchen, all right? So now, are you just in earshot right now? You're just waiting for a cry or a sound, and then just spring into life?
He's sleeping in his little bedside sleeper, and it has like a vibration setting, and he's really into white noise too. We have a white noise machine. You turn that on.
Where are you with that? Well, you fall asleep to the television.
I'm
a white
asleep
noise
to
guy.
Podcasts. I don't fall asleep to the television.
Right, things you could just zone out, kind of. I like the white noise. I'm with Owen there. You know, I'll turn the fan on, the ceiling fan on, if it's like 45 degrees, just because I need that.
I always have the ceiling fan on unless it's too cold.
I know. But even then, it's like too quiet. And I'm like, oh, no. Because I'm always anticipating an unexpected sound is going to happen.
I just always put on something on my phone. I even have podcasts that I specifically turn on to put me to sleep. Like there's this one podcast that's just like, it's called Presidential.
Yeah.
And it just is like the history of every single president of the United States.
Oh, man.
And I just throw that on. I put on like Millard Fillmore, and then I fall asleep, and then I wake up, and I'm at McKinley or something.
Have you ever heard of the Sleep With Me podcast?
No.
Oh, man.
Is it just somebody telling you to go to sleep, or with a voice?
This guy, I should know, he is just like the most boring guy in the world. And he just kind of like talks in gibberish. Like he's just making up words and stuff. So you can't, even if you tried to pay attention, it wouldn't make any sense. So you just stop paying attention. And it's such a monotonous voice. It's like, and then there's flaws, but the flaws would go. And other times it's not. And the ceiling of the sky is dwarfing.
You think that guy makes money?
I was wondering that.
He probably,
I don't know if that's his.
If you've heard of him, he definitely is more popular than our podcast.
Very popular podcast. Yeah.
Damn.
But, okay.
There's been times where I've had a podcast playing and I've fallen asleep, and then on the feed, it kicks onto our podcast.
Oh, God.
And that is jarring.
You can't take it.
It wakes me up immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I can't
just
listen. Listening to you.
Yeah, well, you know that and stupid and shit and fuck you and shit and your baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having a baby. Now all my girl can talk about is fucking babies. and what's not in her.
All right, sorry. Does it sound like that? Because that's what it sounds like to me when I listen back.
There's definitely you yelling.
Which
and then
like,
that's a
it's
trigger.
like, Mike,
That's
why
a
don't you-
trigger for
Why
me.
don't you
Mike.
fucking tone it down?
It's a trigger.
You think I'm
for
trying
me.
to antagonize you?
No. Moving on.
Anyway, congratulations.
Well, okay,
I couldn't
okay.
be happier.
I didn't even
It's
touch
a
on
gorgeous
this,
baby.
the whole Twitter thing.
And if you put my headphones on his head one more time and post it on Instagram, nothing will happen. I actually like it quite a bit and was honored.
Going back to the Twitter thing.
Yeah.
There's so many things wrestling related that you could tweet about.
Okay, fine. Jesus.
Did you see that I said, hey, SEC podcast, look at this. I did it a couple of times. One story was about Marty Jannetty. Did you see that?
No.
He released a statement that said he does not want to have sex with his daughter.
Oh, great.
He had like this girl in his life that he thought was his daughter.
I didn't read that, of
and then he had a paternity test that revealed that she was not his daughter.
Oh.
That he
So
was
well, all those thoughts I've had are legal.
He was like, now that I know, I mean, she's pretty hot, right? Now that I know that she's not my daughter, is it okay if we have sex?
Oh, bad.
And then there's a big backlash.
Oh.
And then he was like, oh.
It was just a really creepy joke.
I was hacked.
Oh, yeah.
I
did
really
see
don't
that.
want to have sex with my daughter. So I sent you that one. And then this weekend, an
First of
MMA
all,
fighter.
I hope he did get hacked. I want to
He
meet
did-
the man.
he
that
did
hacked.
not
I
get
know
hacked.
he didn't, but like, could you just imagine that scenario?
What a loser.
Who the fuck would hack Marty?
Why do you want to
Jannetty?
fuck with Marty Jannetty like
Yeah.
that?
Oh man.
And the second story I tweeted to SCC_podcast, an MMA fighter won a fight this weekend with a Boston Crab.
Yeah.
It
Great.
happened.
Okay. Hey, you got the job. Official Twitter handle guy. All right, and I'll stick with my freaking hilarious Twitter. Okay, I'm out.
It's so
I'll
funny.
give it the goddamn password. I don't know what's relevant anymore. I don't know what's funny anymore. Okay, take your pithy little 15-character quips and shove them up your ass.
15 characters.
I don't even know the rules anymore.
It's 140.
100.
But some special people are starting to get 280.
No, you only have
see
to
that?
shove 15 up your ass because I know what a tiny cornhole you have.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
I got another survey in my email from WWE
Did you
Network.
sign up again?
No, I haven't. I actually resisted the temptation, and I'm glad I didn't, because apparently No Mercy was shitty
Disappointing.
and disappointing.
Yeah. Well, I can't get excited for a card anymore. It's like, these are names, but there's no storylines to back it up.
I was excited to see Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar, but
Okay,
apparently
they put all their eggs in that basket.
It was a popcorn fart, as
Really?
Tony Schiavone would say.
Yeah, but that did have a good build-up leading.
But they sent me a survey, and it was pretty interesting. It was about like what I would be interested in future programming, and it's like not at all interested, somewhat interested, moderately interested, very interested, extremely interested. And so this is what they put on the survey. Did they send you anything? I got it in my email like last week.
Then no. Which means I just deleted it.
So Ring of Honor.
I delete my emails way too quickly. I just go delete. I don't give a fuck. WWE Network's just another ad. Fuck. So I definitely deleted it.
Ring of Honor. Tournaments. I'd like more.
Well, you only get an
tournaments.
A
I
or
like
B?
tournaments.
What happened to C or D?
What are you talking
We
about?
just get two choices?
No,
It's like
each
multiple
one.
choice?
You never listen to what I say. I
No,
gave
don't
you
be
all the
defensive.
options. Not at all interested, somewhat interested, moderately interested, very interested, and extremely interested.
Oh, okay. Right.
Okay,
right.
give me your answer. Are you interested in Ring of Honor?
More than moderately interested.
Yeah, I'd say like very.
I would say interested.
It'd be cool to have other promotions.
Yes.
More tournaments. I mean, like
Not interested.
I'd say extremely interested.
Well, you
Cruiserweight
were-
Classic was great.
What about the Mae Young Classic? Now they're going to do all
I
these
didn't
damn
watch the
tournaments.
Mae Young Classic. They said, for instance, a lucha tournament, a pro-am tournament, WWE versus NXT.
Nah. That just means they have that.
King or Queen of the Ring tournaments.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's
so one of those will
extremely
be
interested.
the next.
I want that.
Well, they're obviously gonna make another tournament.
Well,
So
they're
just based
asking
on
me if
who's
I'm interested, and I said yes.
Really?
Extremely.
extremely
House shows.
not
Nah.
at all.
Nah.
0.
TV 14 in-ring show.
Ooh.
A new weekly version of ECW or other edgy new promotion rated TV 14.
ECW. Oh, so like archival ECW footage?
No, they already have that on there.
I know.
A
Then
new
what are they
version
talking
of
about?
it.
Oh, so an
Or
actual new
a new promotion that's TV 14 that's more edgy. I say yes.
Very interested. Are you kidding me? Something to compare to the Attitude Era?
And if they
Currently?
could film it in like small locations, like the
absolutely.
Hammerstein
Very
Ballroom or
interested.
stuff like that, yeah. Local tournaments that take place in your home country with your local
in your house.
I'd
This
say not
tournament,
really.
there should be a contestant winner, okay, a la in your house, but instead of winning a house that just goes back up on the market 3 days later, you have to host a wrestling event inside your
in
house.
your living room.
Yeah.
A hardcore match in your house.
Did you ever do that where like you're in your parents' backyard and like, yeah, you could host a wrestling event here. You know, this would be the aisle
I thought about it in my own backyard. I was like,
here and here.
I'm sure I could fit a ring.
You gotta go 18 by 18 though.
Yeah.
20 by 20 is out the window.
Yeah, but I think most places use 18 by 18, and,
Yeah,
and
I
then the WWE uses a bigger ring.
All
And
right, so
okay.
local. Yeah,
I'm not interested in
Yeah,
that.
me neither.
WWE Director's Cut shows that put a new twist on classic content such as WWE legends narrating historic pay-per-views or current WWE superstars providing the perspective and analysis of classic matches and events. Extremely interested.
Absolutely not.
You don't want that's
Nope.
the reason why I don't really watch it that much, because they don't put that many like retrospective documentary style things. That's what I'm looking for.
It's a good point. Yes, but that's what they're doing already anyway.
They
so just
haven't
more
done
of those.
anything like that in a long time.
Yeah, they started up. It was front loaded with all of that. It was
Yeah.
all of that. WrestleMania Rewind.
Yeah, there's
with
been
that
nothing like
iconic
that,
voiceover
or
guy
that
works with MLB Network.
rivalries show, the Monday Night
WrestleMania.
Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't done anything like that in like over a year.
Okay.
More documentaries.
Very.
more-
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Other promotions, like they actually specifically said New Japan,
Interested.
same as Ring of Honor. They also ask about TNA.
Well, it would be very cool to have access to some of those events through the network at the Tokyo Dome. You know,
Yeah.
that would be cool. I would definitely watch that if the conduit. If
I don't know if that's likely to happen because they have their own streaming service.
I know.
New Japan World.
There would have to be a partnership with.
Yeah, they'd have to really pay them.
Do you think they're pursuing something like that? Because that's an
I don't-
interesting question.
I think as long as Vince is alive, that won't happen. But I could see Triple H
Yeah.
brokering that sort
How
of
nice
deal.
would it be if it was that accessible to just a bunch of different promotions? But then, of course, that's the same thing WWF has been doing. WWE is just monopolizing everything. So
Yeah,
that'd be another
basically.
way to
It'll
own.
just be another way
it
for
would
them to
worse-
take over everything.
Yeah, New Japan would be a worse promotion because of it.
Basically, like the entire roster now is like old Ring of Honor, PWG talent. Special live events, one-time live events from around the world.
No.
Nah, I don't really care. An audio channel, a section of WWE Network for listening only that provides audio play-by-play of pay-per-views, music playlists, sports radio style call-in shows, and podcasts. If they hire us,
Hey! I think we have to get along first. You son of a bitch.
nobody wants that. Original scripted content, such
No.
as comedies and dramas.
Absolutely
They
not.
said a WWE version of Game of Thrones or a WWE version of The Office.
I
They
would
also
prefer
specifically highlight Southpaw Regional Wrestling under the comedy category, which was
that was funny.
funny and like above any type of comedy they've ever attempted doing.
But would you
It was
watch a
actually smart.
series
Yeah, I mean, there's
No.
a new.
Would
they
you really?
came out with new episodes of it? I haven't watched it yet, but I will watch it.
I mean, it's
soon.
like I got to get through the Americans, man. I got no time for that shit. If I don't watch actual network television,
if you watch
what
the
am I
most-
doing with the WWE trying to be network television? Fuck that. No original
Yeah.
material. Zero.
No, yeah, there's already Glow. That's good
yeah,
enough.
no shit. It would suck. Moving on.
Yeah. New reality shows. Nah, they like
Hell
WWE Superstar
See,
Cribs.
this is all the part of the WWE,
WWE
network
style
that I hate.
Apprentice. Yeah,
No.
I don't want any of that either. Absolutely not.
Get it out!
Social viewing, such as movie theater mode, where you could watch with friends around the world. So, like, we both
Giving each
watch
other
the
hand
same
jobs?
thing. You're at your house and I'm at my house, and we watch the same shit together.
Oh God, that's
That's-
kind of like how video games are played these days.
Yeah.
You watch a clip of Madden. There's a little screen where you can see the guy you're playing.
Yeah,
against.
people
It's
go
like,
on
what the
Twitch.
fuck?
It's called Twitch, and people
Really?
actually just watch that.
Watch each other
and people
play.
make money playing video games on Twitch. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So no, that's not for me.
Alternate
I'm
audio.
too old for that shit.
Choose your favorite pay-per-view commentator team. For instance, you can hear Stone Cold Steve Austin and Jerry Lawler call a live pay-per-view.
I
I'd be
love it.
interested in
But
that.
how would that work though? What, you vote and then
No, like they have them record. Let's say they have,
they have three choices.
Ric Flair record the audio for like Royal Rumble ’92 with Jim Ross or
God,
something.
The commentary.
That'd be interesting.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Personalization, ability to create custom playlists and change the look and feel of your WWE Network
Hell
interface.
no. God damn it. What am I, a 16? This isn't for 16-year-old girls.
Ratings and a comment system.
No.
Ability to rate shows or matches.
Nope. Don't care. I don't even rate Netflix anymore. What am I going to do? Rate
That's
WWE
true.
Network, you know?
A lot of this other stuff is just like free shipping, preferred
No.
ticket access,
No.
fan voting, loyalty
No,
program.
no.
That's basically it.
Huh.
But it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
They're really trying to think of how to fix this network up.
That's great that you always share these these questionnaires with me, assuming that I deleted mine. You know, did you see this one? Did you get your email? Like,
I like.
or are you a 12-year-old boy that just deletes everything before?
I
reading?
like market research. I
Yeah,
always
no,
I
I
always
know.
participate.
Yeah, no, I would too. If I clicked on it, I definitely would have.
I've done like I've
the whole
like
survey.
done like market research for like TV pilots. I always go to like movie screenings all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I enjoy it.
because unfortunately for everybody,
I have an opinion.
and you want it heard.
I went to years ago. I went to a TV pilot market research thing for this show called Strange Brew, and it wasn't the Rick Moranis.
Yeah,
thing.
that's what I
It
was-
was like about a family that owns a brewery, and it was terrible.
How'd you react to it?
I reacted horribly to it.
Did you
and
have to
I was
just write
behind
it down, or did you
No,
verbally
so
shout?
while we were watching it, they gave us these dials, and every time you saw something you liked, you'd turn it to the right, and every time you saw
Just
something
like The Simpsons.
you didn't like,
And
you
one
turn
kid
it to
really
the
likes
left.
that half-naked man.
Yeah, it was just like that. And then after that, they take you to a smaller group, and you're next to like some two-way glass, so
Ooh.
you know, like the creators or whatever are watching us,
Wow.
and then we all in a round table talk
I only see
about
that in like Pizza
different-
Hut commercials.
Yeah, it's just like that.
You know, I don't
And
like
I
it.
was just like, this is terrible. It was so bad. And they were, whoever created it, I'm sure was
you
like,
hear
"Fuck
like a sneeze.
that motherfucker.
It looks exactly
Yeah.
like The Simpsons.
They punched the the glass. Fuck you. It never made it to air.
Yeah.
Never did.
It's like, what if you were the voice of the people?
Yeah.
How
I feel like
did everyone else react? They're just like, oh, that's pretty good, you know? I don't know.
there may be like a few people that probably like didn't really care about
But
comedy or
did you
TV.
rally the troops, though, where you're like, yeah, it did suck.
I'd say the majority of the people didn't like it, and then there were a few like older people that just probably watched like The King of Queens or something.
Think of all the crap out there, you know?
Yeah.
There's grips out there that make a living just by shooting pilots. That's it. probably
Pilot season. is
3/4 of
lucrative.
them never air. And then you see some of the ones that do, like the Paul fucking Reiser show, and you're like,
And that-
what the
That was
fuck?
canceled
3 episodes.
so fast.
3 episodes.
And I have to keep talking because Ryan's turning the.
Jeez, that sucked, man. I did not pick up on your cues at all.
You're terrible.
I'm like a hummingbird, dude. I got distracted. You're standing now.
Standing,
You
walking.
And Ryan is now going down the
Oh,
ramp
man.
and out the door.
Well, what better time to talk about Kickboxer Vengeance?
Thought I should commentate. You guys, Ryan just stood up, and he's walking. Oh, he's turning on the light. Why don't you just ask me to flick on the light?
I guess I could.
Then I would've been like,
I
huh?
was
What's
trying to
happening?
make it smooth,
What's
so
happening?
because you were in the middle of saying something.
What's this
So
mean?
I'm like, just stretch a little.
Stop it.
But you fucked it
This
up.
is me. Stop talking.
All right, Kickboxer Vengeance.
All right. And with that,
Fuck
I am
this
Mike
movie.
Big Tobacco Ryan saying,
Fuck this movie. It was terrible.
I would think it was terrible, but I didn't give a
thought
shit.
it was awful. Are you kidding
It was
me?
bad, but it was a bad movie. I don't like fighting action. All right,
You don't like?
not fighting other than
Like you-
Roadhouse.
What
more
about?
dance.
Well, you said you're a Bloodsport guy.
Well, I like Bloodsport.
Bloodsport
more.
was like a formative
Kickboxer.
movie for me.
Yeah, it's
And
great.
the-
It was okay.
And the original Kickboxer was good too.
I'm just saying, long fighting sequences to me don't really do anything.
But
for me
these fighting
anymore.
sequences were shit.
They're
there
all
are
right.
movies
there were
with
some cool moves.
like what?
He does a spinning tornado reverse kick. It's like he does like a somersault kick without using his hands.
This movie's for amuses people like you that don't know shit
I
about
thought the lead
fighting.
was very flexible.
I thought he
very
was
flexible.
terrible. I hated basically everything about this movie.
Well,
There
I
are
didn't
two
know
things I liked.
Jean-Claude Van Damme was in it. So I was
Two-
surprised when he turned his shoulder and said, I'm the trainer.
Two things I liked. One,
Okay.
the part where he's riding the bike and the yak is like pulling the bike in and out of the water
Yeah.
during the training sequence.
There's a good training montage.
That
There's
was the only
several.
good part of the training montage.
No, there was
That
a good
part
enough.
only.
No, the montage was fine. The montage was fine.
What was fun? What was your
The
favorite
coconut parts, throw on the coconuts.
part? So some kids are throwing coconuts at you and you're hitting your.
Yeah, and he's dragging that
so
cart, and
lame.
Jean-Claude Van Damme is just sitting on it reading a book.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
Look, I'm not
the
going to
sex
defend the
scene
fucking montage.
because that woman had
Amazing.
deceptively
Wow.
amazing breasts.
Very
like
round.
Yeah,
like
she
you
was
know, you
like-
get a pair that's
yeah.
like not huge, but just in perfect shape.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit! I had to actually rewind it. I was like,
Yeah.
man, because
No,
she's wearing like business suits, like
Yeah, you
that
can't
entire movie.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden you're like, whoa!
So
Is
nothing
that
has
her?
changed since me and you since we were 13.
Yeah.
Because
Those are
apparently
the only-
that's the favorite part
The
for
only
me as well.
two good parts.
Yeah, I was watching it like a kid again. Like, oh man, like I tapped into myself as a child watching these action movies, just waiting,
So you
Waiting.
got GSP
like
in
for
this
waiting
movie.
for the girl in Under Siege to pop out of the
yeah.
cake. Like just waiting for that.
Yeah, those are great times. I used to. Okay, this is sad. My mom had Working Girl on VHS,
And you're waiting for your mom to go
and like
out.
I knew there was one part where like she walks in on Alec Baldwin,
As soon
like
as my
having
mom
sex
leaves.
with some other girl.
Yeah. At the
And-
beginning, middle, or end? I don't remember.
It's like probably like 30, 40 minutes in.
yeah.
And I would just like pause that and rewind it over and over again. Probably wore out the tape. Working Girl. It's a good movie, actually. I actually, as an adult, I went back and watched it, and actually it was a very good
I've
movie.
seen it.
Yeah. So GSP is a shitty
Ryan, that's
actor.
my only copy of Working Girl. You ruined it. And like break cuts off right at that part
This part
because
always
the tape just
is fuzzy.
Why is it all staticky? Yeah, that's fun.
So GSP is a shitty actor. I actually needed subtitles to figure out what he was saying at the beginning when he lets him into the temple.
Look, man, I watched this on my phone while doing laundry at a coin op on my phone.
That's sad.
Yeah, I didn't have any subtitles, and they're
You can
moments.
use subtitles on your phone.
No,
You know
I did
that,
the
right?
subtitles. Fine. But what it did was it cut out all the foreign language. None of those so none of that
Oh,
content when
so
they're
you had no
speaking
idea.
Thai.
Okay.
Like I couldn't.
I mean, you weren't missing much.
First, I was like, oh, they're just not doing subtitles. And I was like, oh no, this is like a plot point. Shit.
Okay, so he goes into the temple at the beginning, and he gets in like knockdown, drag out fights with all these people, hitting each other right in the face. No damage. Nobody bleeds. Nobody has any contusions.
There's a little color.
No color at all.
Not in this scene. You're right.
Yeah, he's fighting not until later. There's no color at all until basically when he fights Tom Poe at the end, and his brother.
Yeah.
With a flashback to his brother.
Wait, someone got like their neck sliced in a training scene at that temple.
Oh, when they like, what now we have weapons.
Yeah. Someone died there.
Yeah, but they used an actual sword. I'm talking about just like hitting people.
Oh.
You're supposed to bleed if you get hit in the face.
Yeah,
or something happens.
The
if you
makeup
get
and
hit in the
prosthetics
face.
were terrible because
Yeah.
like he was getting bludgeoned by Dave Bautista.
And you know what?
In the end, didn't look bludgeoned to me. And these guys punching him with goddamn glass shards on
Yeah.
his hemp rope wrist knuckle guards. Gloves.
They're called wraps.
Wraps. Okay, damn it. I was trying to.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of the action is just silly. If you actually like kickboxing, there's absolutely no actual kickboxing going on in this movie.
Well, I do like the scene, though, when he dips that wrap into the caramel and then the hot fudge and then dips that
Gummy
into
bears,
M&Ms.
gummy bears, sprinkles, sprinkles.
That's
gummy
this movie.
bears, gummy
at
bears.
least made me appreciate, like, love Hot Shots Part 2. Like,
Yeah.
remember how much I loved it. Because I'm just like, anytime I watch these, other than Rambo, I like Rambo and Rambo First Blood Part 2. Because of the action sequences, like using machinery and stunts and stuff. Something about one-on-one combat, especially with, Muay Thai or martial arts, just doesn't do anything. I don't, in the same way that car chases kind of don't either for me anymore.
It can be artfully done and it can be compelling.
Yeah.
This just is
This was.
schlock when it comes to martial arts choreography and the way it was shot and presented.
Right.
Like, for instance, John Wick,
Yeah.
Ong Bak, The Raid, that's all fighting
Right.
movies that's believable, intense,
Okay.
and compelling.
I like that kind of, I guess, martial arts because it's a superhero movie. But just like the
But it's
Mortal
believable,
Kombat,
too. He
right,
gets
but
hurt.
I guess I'm just saying like the Mortal Kombat setup, where we have sanctioned fights. Other than Rocky.
These are
But-
rule, basically unsanched.
But anything could
underground
be
fights.
shot. Like a good movie's a good movie, man. Like look, what
The original
what
Kickboxer
Creed
is
did
good.
for boxing in ring was beautiful. Those shots were just so intimate and Raging
yeah,
Bull,
but
like there's great
I feel
cinematic
like Creed and
feats.
all of the Rocky movies don't depict boxing in a realistic way.
I thought this was the more realistic, except for I'm just talking like punch by punch, I guess. I don't know. As far as it looking like
It
it's
was
made
like
contact.
they get right in there,
Yeah,
which was cool,
great.
but the actual fights were still like they always show people getting like knocked out and then they get back up. Like,
It's drama.
that almost never happens. If you're knocked out, man.
It's drama, man. It's an action movie.
You can present it in a realistic way. Batista, he's better than this, man. I was disappointed.
He didn't really have much room to work with.
But
What
I
else
mean,
is he gonna
just,
do?
He just should have passed on the project. I mean, maybe he took this, like he agreed to do this before he got his success from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Probably, and just because
Yeah,
Guardians
but
had already come out.
you'll definitely never see him in something like this
Yeah,
again.
you never know.
I don't think so. I
well,
think he's
probably not within the next.
I mean,
like,
he's in the new Blade Runner. He's reached the new level.
Oh, yeah.
He's on a new level
Oh,
now.
it's great too.
Gina Carano was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like Haywire, her Steven Soderbergh movie?
Never seen it.
Never seen it? That's pretty good. She's still kind of a shitty actress in that too, but I mean, it actually.
But I do
They-
love Soderbergh.
They didn't let her fight or anything. Like, she's, a good fighter. She can present violence well. She didn't get to fight anybody in this movie.
Who was she? Was she the promoter?
Yeah, she's the evil promoter.
Oh, okay. She was a fighter? Or she's
Yeah,
an
that's
actress?
Gina Carano. She's a pioneer in female MMA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You don't know that?
Sorry.
Like before Ronda Rousey, it was her.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
So we're talking like mid-2000s or late?
Late 2000s, kind of when like Kimbo Slice was really a big deal.
Yeah, what's
and
the
they were
point
showing
of-
MMA on
what the hell's-
CBS.
Huh, okay. Well, what the hell's the point of using her? Why was she cast in that role?
I have
ridiculous.
no idea. Yeah, they should have. Like, she should have been the love interest, or she should have
Kicked some fucking
like
ass.
beat. Like, she should have had a fight scene.
Yeah.
With his girlfriend.
Oh,
All they
yeah.
did was just like
And she's
freaking
wearing like
arrest her,
and
and
she's
she's like-
wearing a business suit.
she's
you
like,
know?
I'll get out in 2 days. It's
Oh
like,
yeah, we don't even
it's
see
so
what happens.
lame.
Did she? That was the
Yeah,
last
we have
scene
no
we saw.
idea.
Yeah, awful movie.
Yeah, and just the
Lamest
main
portrayal of alcoholism as well.
the main guy is
Not charming.
just such a wooden, terrible actor. Like, I was thinking back to Van Damme in the original when his brother got killed by Tom Poe.
Great.
Or even like when his friend in Bloodsport gets like crushed by Chun Li, and he's just like in the crowd like, no! Like, you believed it. Like, this is my friend, this is my brother, you killed him,
Right.
Fuck you. Like, this guy didn't even shed a tear,
Well,
man.
that's Jean-Claude Van Damme, man. You see him take salt in the eyes in Bloodsport?
Yeah,
He'll sell it, man.
this guy
He'll
can't sell
fucking
for
sell
shit.
it.
I looked him up. He's mainly does stunts.
Okay, so
He's done a lot of stunts for the Marvel movies. So that's probably how GSP got this role, because GSP is in Winter Soldier. So he probably met this guy, and then they put this project together.
Okay. Impressive. He's obviously a trained, martial art expert.
He
or a dancer.
he's a
or
kickboxing
something.
champion
He
for
looked
real,
authentic.
and he does jujitsu.
Yeah. So I don't know.
But it does not look authentic. Trust me.
It sucked. That was bad. I mean, but I wasn't expecting anything out of
Yeah,
it.
it's not bad in a fun way either. It's just bad. Sometimes things are bad, and it's still fun to watch it. 15 minutes into this, I was already like Hall of Shame contender
Yeah, me too.
right away. There was a neck snapping. He snaps his brother's neck. Like, why couldn't he just beat his brother to death? Wouldn't that be, wouldn't you really feel it then if he just got on top of his brother and bludgeoned him and beat him to death?
Just then.
Yeah, instead of snapping his neck. I mean, no Muay Thai kickboxer is snapping another person's neck. And do you know how difficult it is to actually snap a person's neck?
It's not that difficult for me, but I'm above average.
Well, yeah,
in upper body.
you're
strength.
very strong.
Upper body strength.
You're very strong.
God, you are such a warrior in there. Fucking shut the fuck up.
Fuck
Are you hearing yourself talk? If you were a Muay Thai guy, wouldn't you bludgeon the other guy to death? It's like,
That would-
hey, man,
that's a-
eye for an eye. You just want to kill
more-
the guy while you get the chance.
Yeah, you don't snap. You don't hold them for a long time and then snap their neck.
That's not a sanctioned
just
Muay
get
Thai
on
move.
It's not a realistic human move in any form of combat at all.
Yeah.
You're not just gonna hold a guy, cradle them, like, oh, I've got you, snap. That's what chiropractors do.
me? I meant God's gotcha. Oh, wait a minute. You asked me if I have a God complex? Let me tell you something. I am God.
Alec Baldwin in a movie whose name I cannot remember.
Cain
Bring it on home.
Velasquez was in this.
Don't give a fuck.
He looked like an idiot.
Suck my dick.
GSP does a callback to one of his famous lines when he challenged Matt Hughes back in the day. He said, "I am not impressed by your performance," and he says that again in this movie.
Oh, okay, that's good. He wasn't terrible in this, you know.
Really didn't like the sex scene. Like got me a little all a Twitter. Because she's like, I hate you.
Yeah.
I can't believe you're fighting. Let's fuck.
Yeah.
That
Instantly.
was highlight of the movie, really. The only part that really, really got me going.
You got a Twitter? Was that
I
what you
was
said?
all a Twitter.
You're all a Twitter?
All a Twitter.
So that scene gave you a boner. You got an
Yeah, it
erection.
gave me a boner, yes.
Oh, okay.
Can you believe that there was a scene where they had the guys with panes of glass walking
Yeah.
around? Like, what the fuck?
Where are they going with that? Is that supposed to be humorous?
It's like we've already gotten to the point where that like we make
Is a
fun
joke.
of that.
Yeah,
it's
it's already
like
a
in Wayne's
joke.
World 2. Remember in
Right.
Wayne's World 2, they're like, "What are you guys doing?"
Yeah.
Oh, those guys they walk around with that pane of glass
I know.
every few minutes.
You've
He's
never-
like, "We just got to keep stacking these watermelons and these chickens." This is like,
Yeah,
what the fuck? Whose idea was that? Like, why did you put the pane of glass guys?
That's such funny.
Oh my
That's like such great writing. Oh man.
So by the end of this movie, I was rooting for Tom Poe to win.
Sure.
Fortunately, he lost.
Well,
And
we all
now
lost
I
in the
have a
end.
vendetta against Elaine Moussi, the star of this film. I fucking hate this guy.
All right, I don't. I think
Never
yeah,
wanna
it's a
see him
little.
again.
All right, come on.
You know
Tone
what
it down.
really chaps
That's
my
a little
ass?
extreme.
You know what really chaps my ass?
No, what?
I paid to rent for this on iTunes without checking that it was on Netflix. I could have watched it for free.
It was on Netflix. I didn't
It's
know
on
that either.
Netflix, yeah.
Oh, I just watched it on my phone.
I
For free.
I rented it for $3.99,
Ugh,
like a
that
schmuck.
just makes it all the worse. That leaves a fucking sour taste in your mouth,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
and there's barely any fun facts.
Right.
There's
That-
2 sequels already in production. Can you believe that?
That's not fun.
It premiered on 10 screens in the UK.
That's
and
not
made
fact.
$1,469. Had a $10 million budget. It made about like $200,000 in the United Arab Emirates.
Okay.
And then everywhere else it was direct to video. And that's it. I give it a 0.2.
I'll give it a 1. 2. I'll give it a 1. I'll give it a 1.2.
I give it a 0.2. 0.1 is for the yak with the bicycle.
Okay.
And another
And the sex
0.1
scene.
is for the sex scene.
Okay, that's fair. Wouldn't you give
Yeah.
that sex scene like a 1 at least?
Nah. 0.2.
It's kind of like 1/10.
It was
of the
too
movie.
dark, you know? Like I could have used like some
Oh,
more
but I like the.
I could have used a
I like
real
that cross
good
dissolve mosaic kind of silhouette shot of the tit. It
Give
was
me
a
some
great
nice-
shot of the tit. Like it was literally like, now here's the tit
give me
shot.
some nice sustained full frontal and then you'd get a 1.
I mean,
But you're
It's
trying to
like
get
they-
all artsy fartsy with me.
is the
You get a
AC
0.2.
is like the camera labeling like each shot. I mean, it's called the titty scene, right?
Yeah.
It's like a medium close up.
I'm Ryan the Muffler Bruckner saying, I smell a title change. Or is that you, Shivani?
And I'm Mike Big Tobacco Ryan saying, but sometimes love, it sounds like a fight. It sounds like an argument. It sounds just like a pile driver. SCC_podcast at twitter.com.